What if I told you there's a trait so lethal it can unravel empires without a whisper? A force so subtle yet so devastating that it rewires reality while others sleepwalk through their lives? A power Sigmas wield not with noise, but with a cold, unrelenting precision that leaves the world scrambling to catch up? Buckle up, because today we're ripping the veil off the most dangerous Sigma trait no one dares to name. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, where we don't peddle fairy tales. We forge weapons of mind and soul for men who reject the herd and carve their own path. If you're here, you're not average. You're here to dissect, to dominate, to evolve. In this video, we're breaking down this trait into 11 razor-sharp points that will redefine how you see yourself in the game around you. This isn't a lecture, it's a call to arms for the silent warriors among us. 1. Fearless truth-telling, the nuclear option. Sigmas don't just speak the truth, they detonate it like a reality grenade, obliterating illusions with surgical precision. While others cower behind polite lies or half-baked platitudes, Sigmas deliver raw, unfiltered clarity that cuts through the noise like a blade through fog. This isn't about cruelty or shock value, it's a calculated strike against delusion, a refusal to let weakness fester under the guise of comfort. They know that real growth demands discomfort, that empires are built on bedrock, not quicksand. When a Sigma opens his mouth, it's not to soothe, it's to awaken, to force the room to confront what's real, no matter how brutal. This aligns with the Stoic reverence for truth as a cornerstone of rational living. Sigmas understand that dodging reality is a shackle on the mind. Only by facing it head-on can a man master himself and his world. The fallout is immediate. Fragile egos scatter like ash, while those hungry for evolution lean in, drawn to the fire. It's a dividing line: cowards run, warriors rise. That's the power of fearless truth-telling. It doesn't just expose reality, it forges men in its flames. 2. Obsessive curiosity for forbidden knowledge, hunting in the dark. Sigmas don't graze on the surface of life, they hunt in the shadows, driven by a relentless thirst for what's hidden, forbidden, or feared. Society builds walls around dangerous ideas, but Sigmas scale them, armed with nothing but their intellect and a hunger for leverage. They dissect taboo histories, master volatile skills, and unravel truths the masses are too timid to touch, not for applause but for the edge it gives them. This isn't idle curiosity, it's a tactical raid on the unknown, turning secrets into weapons. Where others see risk, Sigmas see blueprints to power. Stoics prized wisdom as the path to a virtuous life, and Sigmas embody this by diving into the dark corners others avoid. They know that real understanding, real resilience, comes from grappling with what's uncomfortable, not settling for the sanitized. This obsessive pursuit gives them a depth that unnerves the shallow, a fluency in the unspoken languages of the world. It's how they stay 3 steps ahead, wielding knowledge like a silent blade while the herd stumbles in blissful ignorance. 3. Calculated risk addiction, playing chess with dynamite. Sigmas don't fear the edge, they crave it, not for the thrill but for the vantage point it offers. They don't roll dice, they rig the game, turning every risk into a chess move plotted with icy precision. While betas cling to safety and alphas barrel forward blindly, Sigmas study the fault lines, mapping the chaos before it erupts. They thrive in the tension because they've already traced the shrapnel's arc. This isn't recklessness, it's controlled detonation, a willingness to shatter stability if it builds a ladder to their goal. Stoicism teaches us to embrace what we can control and let go of the rest, and Sigmas weaponize this by engineering uncertainty into opportunity. They don't flinch at the unknown, they dissect it, bending it to their will. To the untrained eye, it looks like luck, until the smoke clears and the Sigma stands atop the rubble, untouchable. That's the addiction, not the rush but the mastery of turning dynamite into a throne. 4. Brutal self-honesty, the internal war room. Sigmas don't flinch from their own reflection, they dissect it with forensic ruthlessness. Every fear, every flaw, every failure is dragged into the light, not to wallow but to strategize. This isn't self-pity, it's a war council where vulnerabilities become intel and weaknesses are forged into steel. They know their breaking points not to avoid them, but to design the battlefield around them, or turn them into traps. While others bury their shadows, Sigmas enlist theirs as allies. In Stoic terms, this brutal self-honesty is the bedrock of self-mastery. Knowing yourself is the first step to ruling yourself. Sigmas take it further, treating their mind like a fortress under siege. testing every crack to ensure it holds. This internal war room is their edge. They've already fought the hardest battles within, so no external foe can catch them off guard. It's armor forged in solitude, unbreakable because it's been broken and rebuilt 1,000 times. 5. Silent psychological manipulation, the invisible strings. Sigmas don't shout to dominate, they pull strings so subtle you never feel the tug. A pause that lingers too long, a question that burrows into doubt, a glance that shifts the air. They wield implication like a maestro conducts silence. They don't force compliance, they seed ideas so deftly that you think they're your own. It's not about control, it's about rewriting the script of reality from the sidelines, turning others' momentum into their own victory. The target never sees the hand, only the path they've chosen. This mirrors the Stoic art of emotional detachment, staying calm while reading the room with surgical clarity. Sigmas don't need to flex. They influence through restraint, letting others unravel themselves. It's psychological judo, effortless, precise, and devastating. They shape outcomes not with noise, but with the quiet power of a mind that sees through flesh to the gears beneath. 6. Ethics as an afterthought, the Unbound code. Sigmas don't bow to society's moral playbook. They draft their own, written in shifting ink that bends to results, not rules. Right and wrong are shackles they broke long ago, replaced by a compass of cold pragmatism. They'll shatter norms, sidestep traditions, or flip the script mid-play if it gets them where they're going. To the herd, it's ruthless. To the Sigma, it's efficiency. They move through ethical fog with a surgeon's focus, cutting away what doesn't serve the mission. Stoics valued virtue, but Sigmas redefine it as loyalty to their own rational code, not the crowd's applause. They don't reject morality, they transcend it, prioritizing what works over what's expected. This unbound flexibility lets them strike where others hesitate, turning gray zones into their playground. It's not chaos, it's clarity, a refusal to be caged by anything less than their own truth. 7. Detached patience, the time bomb ticker. Sigmas don't rush, they wait, a predator's stillness masking a ticking fuse. Time isn't their enemy, it's their arsenal. They outlast, outwatch, outthink, letting others burn out chasing ghosts while they bide their moment. This isn't passivity, it's a coiled spring, tension building until the strike is inevitable. When they move, it's with the force of pent-up precision, a blow that lands exactly when the world least expects it. Stoicism champions patience as a shield against impulse, and Sigmas turn it into a sword. They know the power of delay, the strength in silence. While the frantic flail, Sigmas stand as the calm center, counting down to victory. It's a quiet confidence that unnerves, a promise that their time will come, and when it does, no one's ready. 8. Refusal to play zero-sum games, rewriting the rules. Sigmas don't scrap over crumbs, they torch the table and build their own feast. While alphas and betas brawl in win-lose cages, Sigmas step outside, crafting games where they're the only winner. They spot hidden exits, carve new paths, and turn dead ends into empires. This isn't evasion, it's annihilation of the old rules, a rejection of battles that don't serve them. The prize isn't stolen, it's invented. Stoics focus on controlling the controllable, and Sigmas live this by refusing to waste energy on rigged boards. They don't compete, they create, ensuring their success stands apart from others' losses. It's independence in action, a mind that sees beyond the fight to the horizon. When the dust settles, they're gone, prize in hand, leaving the rest to wonder how the game changed. 9. Mastery of disguise, the ghost protocol. Sigmas don't blend in, they vanish, becoming the air you breathe until it's too late. In a crowd, they're the shadow you overlook. In a crisis, the voice you trust without knowing why. This isn't hiding, it's strategic erasure, a cloak that lets them harvest secrets while others spill their souls. They're the nobody who knows everything, compiling dossiers from the edges. When they step into the light, resistance is already futile. Stoic humility finds its edge here. Sigmas shun the spotlight not for modesty but for power. They don't need applause, they need intel, and invisibility is their key. This mastery of disguise is self-control in motion, a refusal to be seen until the moment they choose. It's the ghost who haunts the room long after he's left. 10. The chameleon skin surface persona, the perfect mimic. Sigmas sculpt personas like artists, masks so flawless you'd swear they're real. They'll be your ally, your mirror, your confidant, slipping into whatever role cracks your guard. This isn't deception, it's precision engineering, a skin they wear to navigate, manipulate, and win. The mask is temporary, shed the second it served its purpose, but while it's on, you're disarmed, exposed, and none the wiser. Stoic reason drives this adaptability. Sigmas adjust without losing themselves, staying rooted in their core while the surface shifts. It's emotional control turned outward, a tool to shape perception without attachment. They don't need you to love them, they need you to trust them just long enough to tip the scales. That's the mimic's art. You see what they want, never what they are. 11. The impenetrable core, true self, the black box. Beneath the masks lies the Sigma steel heart, a vault no one breaches. This isn't just privacy, it's sovereignty, a core where plans are forged and weaknesses are burned away in silence. No plea, no pressure, no intimacy cracks it. While others bleed validation, Sigmas hoard their essence, a self-contained furnace fueling their every move. You'll see 1,000 reflections, but the source? Locked tight. Stoicism holds the rational mind as sacred, and Sigmas guard theirs like a fortress. This impenetrable core is their ultimate strength, unswayed, unexposed, unbreakable. It's why they endure, why they outmaneuver, why you never truly know them until they've already won. That's the black box, the final riddle you'll never solve. We've just torn apart the most dangerous Sigma trait, laid it bare in 11 unrelenting pieces, and handed you the keys to its power. But here's the truth, knowing it means nothing if you don't wield it. This isn't a spectator sport. Pick a point, any point, and make it yours. Fearless truth-telling, detached patience, the impenetrable core. Choose your weapon and sharpen it, because Sigma male community isn't here to coddle you, we're here to forge you. We're your crucible, your guide, your tribe for mastering a world that bows to no one. If this hit you like a freight train, and it should, smash that like button, drop a comment with your edge, and share this with every man who needs to wake up. Subscribed already? Turn on notifications because we're not slowing down. Sigma male community is where high-value men rise, where independence meets excellence, where the game gets rewritten. You're in or you're out, there's no middle ground. Let's keep this fire burning.